Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode on Malcolm's Family of Rag with Shekhar Phatak on AONIM, Appreciation of North Indian Music. We are learning about various rag and thus trying to understand North Indian music better and developing an appreciation for it. For the past 3 weeks, we have been talking about rag that are like Malcolms and belong to the same family. Last week, we talked about a rag that was produced by combining two rag jog and rag Malcolms, and it was known as rag Jogkaus. Today, we will talk about another combination of rag called Madhukauns. But before that, this. Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to talk about rag Madhukauns. Just like rag Jogkaus, Madhukauns is also a relatively new rag and quite popular in the classical arena. The combination of two rag create an atmosphere that generates the sad and romantic mood, which is also known as Viraharas. Viraha means separation from the loved ones. This rag somehow sounds better in female voice, or maybe that's just my imagination, maybe that's just my belief. You should listen to different male and female versions and instrumental versions of this rag and decide it for yourself. Friends, let's get technical about this rag now. Rag Madhukauns is made up of two rag Madhuvanti and rag Malkauns, and that is why it is known as Madhukauns. First, let's talk about rag Madhuvanti. Madhuvanti uses Tivrama and Komalga. It has Re and Dha as Varjaswar. They are omitted in Aroh. And so here is the Aroh and Avroh of Madhuvanti on the screen. Now you already know what Malcolms is, which uses Ga, Dha and Ni Komal and has Rishabh and Pancham, Re and Pa as Varjaswar. So now let's combine these two rag. So we will use Tivrama in place of Shuddhama. And in Rag Malkauns, we are using Komalni and we'll keep it the same way. And let's keep Rishabh and Dhaivat Varjya throughout this rag. And add Pancham or Pa from Madhuvanti. This gives us an Audav structure again, a pentatonic structure. And here are the Aroha and Avroha of Rag Madhukauns. And right after Aroha and Avroha, I will do a little bit of Chalan or demonstration of it. sa ga sa sa ga ma ga ma ga sa sa ga ma ma pa ma pa ma pa ga ma ga ma ma pa ne pa ma pa ga sa ga ma pa ga ma ga sa ga ma pa ne pa ma pa ne pa ma pa ga ma pa ne ma pa ni pa ma pa ga ma pa ne pa ne pa ni sa sa ni pa pa ni sa ga ni sa ni pa ma ma pa ni pa ma pa ga sa ga ma pa ga sa ga pa ma ga pa ma ga sa. So that is the basic chalan of Raga Madhukauns. One more thing to mention, if we transpose the scale from sa to pa and call pa sa or pancham as our root note, which we have studied this before, you must know this. In North Indian music, we call it murchana. So if we do that, we get Raga Chandrakaus. This can also be the combination of Raga Chandrakaus and Madhuvanti, and we can call it still the same. Do the same thing, use Tivrama in place of Shuddhama, use Komalni in place of Shuddhani, and add Pancham to it. This is one of the reasons why a film song or light music piece composed in either rag can confuse a listener. That is why it is recommended that you listen to classical music to get real pure taste of the rag. Honestly, I'm not sure why the shorter film music or ghazal or bhajan are called light music. They are not light by any means. And you will agree with me, if you listen to the first recommended ghazal in today's A Song a Day list, you will realize that light music is not really light. All the performers on the stage are so amazing that you will keep on saying, my God. Well, let's leave that discussion for some other day, where we'll talk about light music not being light. Today, let's go to the demonstration of Raga Madhukauns. The demo song is a ghazal by a very young poet, a lady poet, Shikha Pancholi. Very simple ghazal to understand, and the composition is, of course, in Raga Madhukauns.
के जी नहीं लगता, कुछ सुना के जी नहीं लगता, गुनगुनाओ के जी नहीं लगता, लगता, कुछ सुनाओ कि जी नहीं लगता। धड़कनों में जरा तो हलचल हो, धड़कनों में जरा तो हलचल हो। पास आओ, पास आओ, पास आओ के जी नहीं लगता। पास आओ के जी नहीं लगता। मुझ पे हक है तुम्हारा जान जान, मुझ पे हक है तुम्हारा जाने जान। हक जताओ, हक जताओ, हक जताओ के जी नहीं लगता। हक जताओ के जी नहीं लगता। मेरी दुनिया के आफताब हो तुम, मेरी दुनिया के आफताब हो तुम। जगमगाओ के जी नहीं लगता। जगमगाओ के जी नहीं लगता। जगमगाओ के जी नहीं लगता। आस टूटने को है, आखिरी आस टूटने को है। लौट आओ, लौट आओ, लौट आओ के जी नहीं लगता। लौट आओ के जी नहीं लगता। गुनगुनाओ के जी नहीं लगता। कुछ सुनाओ के जी नहीं लगता।
Welcome back. I hope you liked this beautiful ghazal by a young poetess, Shikha Pancholi. Actually, there are some sher, couplets, in this ghazal that are meant for female voice. One of these days, when my wife Tejaswini is not so busy at her work, I'll get her to sing this ghazal again in a different version, and thus we'll have a female and male version of this ghazal. Well, this brings us to the end of Malcolm's family discussion. This, in a way, also brings us to the end of the rag that are created by the use of 5 black keys of the keyboard. There are, as you know, more rag that are based on Malcolm's family, and probably a lot more rag that can be derived using just 5 notes of the keyboard, the 5 black notes of the keyboard, I should say. But that is something that I would like you to go ahead and explore. Next week, I will talk about Rag Madhuvanti. And the week after that, we will start with the most popular rag of each of the parent scales, or That, in the same order that we followed during our introduction of That. As I have mentioned before the demonstration song, the film music and ghazals composed in this rag can sometimes sound like Chandragaons. So my recommendations are all going to be classical except the first one, which is a ghazal by Maestro, and I call him Pandit Haran. He really is one of my favorite singers of today. The ghazal is मैं ख्याल हूँ किसी और का. It's a very popular ghazal that you may have heard by Pakistani prominent poet Saleem Kausar, and most of the ghazal singers have sung it, including Mehdi Hasan Khan Sahab, Ghulam Ali, Jagjit Singh. But here is Hariji's version, which is in mixture of rag Madhuvanti, Malkaunsh, Chandrakaunsh, and some more. And here is the weekly guide for you, a song a day. So, as I said, the first one is मैं ख्याल हूँ किसी और का by Pandit Haran. Number 2 is a next pure classical rag, Raga Madhukauns by Veena Sahastrabuddhe. Next one is a vocal performance again. This is by Bhat sisters, Reshma and Ramaya Bhat. Next one is a very soothing instrumental piece in Rag Madhukauns by Pandit Shaktidhar and group. He's a great flutist, by the way. Number 5, a classic recording of Rag Madhukauns on sitar by Maestro Pandit Ravi Shankar. Let us end this week with the young and talented artist brothers, Mishra Brothers. Rishi and Varun Mishra performing Rag Madhukauns with Satvik Mishra on Tabla, Arush Mishra providing the backup vocals, and Saurabh Pande on Harmonium. Friends, that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed the beauty and emotional rag Madhukauns. I hope you join me again next week when we'll talk about rag Madhuvanti. Until then, this is Shankar Pathak. Take care of yourself. Have a great week, and bye-bye.